comedy, am I right? We've been locked out for too long. System clearly discriminatory towards Jews. Thank God we're finally making some headway, right? Getting some famous Jews. I realize I come up here talking about that, and most of you probably don't even think I look Jewish. I actually am, but I have lied my way onto a Filipino and a Portuguese show. So you're right to be suspectful, because I absolutely will lie my way onto any show. But I do, in fact, have a right to be here. I'm half Jewish. That does it for you. Did you just sort of give me a little? You're trying to figure out what the other half is, sir? I'm not giving you a hard time. It's a very difficult question. What's your name?
No, it's Peter.
Peter, I'm Mike. Nice to meet you, Peter. Well, take a shot in the dark. You can't be racist no matter what you say. Pardon me?
I'm Italian.
You're Italian? So you think I'm Italian, or you're just trying to say that makes you immune to racism? Because I've heard differently. I do get mistaken for Italian all the time. I'm, in fact, not half Italian. I'm half Chinese, half Jewish. My mom is Chinese. I don't think anybody had that in the betting pool here. I don't look like much of either, but my mom is definitely Chinese. Both her parents are Chinese. She was an amazing lady. I know most people say my mom's amazing. My mom, truly amazing, folks. Her parents were Chinese, but she was born in Vietnam. She escaped Vietnam as a refugee, got out of there on a boat, paid like 10 pieces of gold like it was Game of Thrones. Left on a boat, was in a refugee camp, could have gone to Australia. She chose to stay in the camp. Why did she choose to stay? Great question, Peter. You didn't ask. But she chose to stay because her younger brother and sister weren't accepted into Australia, and she didn't want to leave them in the camp, so she stayed in the camp so they could all go somewhere together, which was Canada. Wow. And yeah, that is wow. That's correct. You don't have to applaud, though. She's not here. She doesn't give a shit. But it is wow, but you don't have to applaud. But it's actually interesting because it was easier to get into Canada if you were younger, and she didn't want to get separated, so she lied. She made her birthday 5 years earlier, which she always described as a big joke. She always called that a big joke on the Canadian government. 30 years later, the joke would be on her, because she could not legally retire, unfortunately. It was actually very sad. Very sad. You know what I'm talking about, right, sir? Give me a little flash of that bare chest there. Yeah, there you go. See, just as smooth as that guy. But then my lower half is just a tangled forest of Jew leg hair. Just horrifying. Take off my shirt, it look like a goddamn minotaur. I like to think I look like a minotaur. I know nobody's ever looked at like a 5'9" Chinese Jew and been like, oh, he's like a minotaur, you know? If I was gonna be any mythical creature, I'd be a little goat-legged fawn. I know who I am. I know what my body looks like. Even this older guy, you got a bigger torso than me. You could be a minotaur, right? This gentleman in the Jets jersey here. You look like you could have like a nose ring and an axe and guard a labyrinth. I look like I should be standing like 10 feet behind him with my little tiara made of leaves and a pan flute. Very smart guy. And I always remember, like, nothing gets, he's a big science nerd, and nothing gets him more upset than when the powers of electricity are displayed incorrectly in movies. That's the worst thing to him. So I remember I was 11 years old, I'm watching Time Cop. I almost said Time Clop, that would be a movie about a time-traveling horse. In Time Cop, though, there's a part where Jean-Claude Van Damme deflects a taser into a puddle at someone's feet, and then the power of water and electricity multiplies. There's all these blue sparks, and the guy gets fried. I'm watching it with my dad. He's like, oh, I hate seeing that. That's ridiculous. It's like when they show like a toaster fall into a bathtub in a movie. It doesn't work that way. Even as a kid, I've seen this hundreds of times already in a movie. So I'm like, how does it know? We all know electricity and water will kill you. And he's like, well, I'm your dad, and I'm an electrical engineer. Who are you going to believe, me or the movies? That's a dumb question to ask an 11-year-old. The movies, every time. That's my answer. I love the movies. Jean-Claude Van Damme could do the splits across these two stools. You can't do shit, old man. You know, like... So I told him, I don't believe it. I believe the movies. So that pissed him off. So fast forward 10 minutes. My dad, Marty, is standing ankle deep in our bathtub. He's got me holding a bare wire. And he's just yelling at me. He's just like, do it! Do it! Yeah, I'll always remember just looking at it. I always remember thinking, like, no judge is ever going to believe me. No judge is ever going to believe he wanted me to do it. But I learned two things that day. One, it is surprisingly hard to bathtub electrocute someone. It's not like you see in the movies. There's no blue sparks. And two, you should never make your kid do that just to prove a point. That was a very terrifying afternoon for me. And he doesn't see it that way. He doesn't get it. If I bring it up now, he's like, I don't see what the big deal is. I was sure you weren't going to kill me. Like, yeah, but I was sure that I was. And you talked me into it. You understand? Like, I had nightmares about this.
But yeah, you were in the Jewish Post. I was like, oh my God. And then I picked up a copy of the Jewish Post, and I was in it. Yeah. And like, Adam Schwartz wrote an article about me in the Jewish Post, where he calls me the prodigal son of comedy. I thought that was so nice. That was so great. By the way, the headline "Sesame Street to have an autistic character." That's with this. That's not my picture there. That's the middle story. And it's so great. And it's about comedy and Jewish comics. And he features me in the article. And like I was pretty proud of that. And then I started thinking like, there's only 4 Jewish comics in the city. You know, it's me, Dan Goldberg, Mike Green, and Adam Schwartz. Like Adam Schwartz wrote the article. He's not going to write it about himself. I think Mike Green's only half Jewish. To get in this article, I just had to beat out Dan Goldberg and half of Mike Green. Even my buddy was like, yeah, it's not really that impressive. Cool. You guys have been so great. Thanks for sticking around. I know it's way past the Jewish bedtime right now. So, thank you guys for sticking around. I thought this place would be empty by the time I got up here, so it's great to see you all here. Yeah, this is great. My parents are here tonight too, which is cool. That doesn't happen often. That's great. There's my mom over there, and yeah, and there's my dad back there. Yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know about that situation. Yeah. I had 2 dads growing up. I had 2 dads. And my biological father, or bio-dad, as I like to call him, and then my stepdad who's here tonight, or as I like to call him, Jeff. Yeah. Dads are like kidneys, by the way. You only really need 1. You know, it's not that important. But 2's fine. Yeah, I'm going to the Jets game with Jeff tomorrow. Yeah. Your move, bio-dad. Huh? What do you got? You know, and the Wailing Wall, it's amazing. It's like the epicenter of Judaism. And then like behind the wall is the Dome of the Rock. And like that's unsettling for some people, but I think it's amazing, you know? Like here's 2 vastly different cultures and histories and religions that converge on this one spot, and I just think it's magical, you know? And like I kind of feel that same energy tonight a little bit. Like here we are in a synagogue, in a Jewish institution, that's right across the street from Pony Corral, you know? It's like kind of the same thing, right? 2 different cultures. Yeah, like our culture is based on like one God and you know, like respecting and loving thy neighbor, and their culture is based on shitty chicken wings and horsepower, you know? Which are also important things. You ever drive by there on a Sunday night? It's the scariest shit ever for a Jew. Like, they have like all these muscle cars outside. It's like, holy cow. Like, we don't do that. Like, trucks? Like, Jews we don't drive trucks, you know? Like, you ever see the trucks only lane? Like, they might as well call it the no Jews allowed lane. Drive trucks, we don't own trucks. I don't even think I've ever been in a truck, to be honest. Audience? You, miss, hello, how are you? Good. All right, I think that went pretty well. President of the synagogue here? Linda, right? Hey, give it up for Linda. What a great event. How's the synagogue doing? Financially okay? Excellent. Well, after tonight, I mean, look at this. We killed it tonight. Golden ketubas for everyone. By the way, this is an important time to mention that $5 from every ticket sold tonight represents 1/3 of that ticket's total value. Okay, I think that's very. I think it's great that we're doing that. It must be hard, like generating money, raising money from Reform Jews. Because like they don't care, but like they care that they don't care. You know what I mean? Like Orthodox Jews care, like they'll give their money to Judaism, sure. And like conservative Jews don't care. They're like, yeah, just take my money and leave me alone, okay? Stop calling me. Reformed Jews, you ask them for money, they're like, I'm actually just browsing. I don't know. I'm not sure yet.